just did.
I want to beat you. But if the races aren't run fair, it's not worth...
I know. Look, you and me, we gotta talk.
Pat, talk to him. He's your mate. Get him back.
After what he's just done, I could have won. One of the others could have won. We give it to him on a plate, he throws it back in our face.
Talk to him.
No.
Pat can be a very generous friend or a terrible enemy. Do this one favour for me, please. Go to Campbell.
He's chairman of the committee.
Yeah, but McIntosh runs things.
That can change.
Australians don't go to the boss. I'll talk to the other riders. Organise a strike. If we're solid on this, McIntosh has got to come to here.
Don, mate.
Forget it. Pat! He'll be all right once he's had time to think. I'll talk to him and the others. Believe me, strike action's what'll fix this. G'day, Pat.
McIntosh wants me to get you back.
McIntosh, he's going to wreck the sport, mate. Him and his imports.
I'm glad you've finally seen it like that.
I'm talking about McFarlane and Lawson. We need the rules brought back. We need clean riding. We need McIntosh out of it.
What we need is people who stick with their mates.
What do you think I'm talking about? Dirty riding affects all of us. You all saw what happened today. You all know how dangerous riding can be, even if it's fair. We can't afford to let McIntosh turn this into a blood sport. So what I'm saying is we all strike. Stay solid. Close down cycle racing till McIntosh and his cronies see sense. Are you with me?
Listen to what Don's saying, fellas. I've seen it all before. I got smashed up myself.
Shut up, Sid. You don't have a vote.
Oh, happy enough to give me a vote when you wanted to stop Taylor coming in.
You don't have a vote, Sid, and you're working for an import. You shouldn't even be here listening.
You back Don on this or you'll rue the day.
Wasn't one of us who fell today, was it? It was Mr. Moneybags. McIntosh's coon.
It can be one of us next.
I don't think so.
If the Yanks fight out between them, we can pick up the pieces.
Yeah.
Look, come on, Pat. We've got to stay solid on this.
I agree with that. So let's put it to the vote. All in favour of a general strike? All against? The motion for a general strike is lost.
You writing to you folks? What you writing?
That I miss them. That you send your love. That everything seems to be fine with the baby. That everything's just fine. Hold me.
You want to go home, don't you?
Seeing as how you're not riding.
I'm not riding. Till they clean up the game.
I just want to go home.
They're not going to drive us out, Daisy. And we haven't come this far to have men like that drive us out. That'll be Don with news of the meeting.
What can I do?
Well, you can take control of the sport away from McIntosh. Save pain and lives. Sid Melville told me that a boy died on your tracks last year.
And that happened without people trying.
If I do take it away from McIntosh...
And bring back the rule book.
Will you two come back?
Yeah.
No! We have a contract. If Taylor and Walker stay out, our end of that contract's worth nothing. And for you, it's a contract to commit financial suicide.
No. If I'm putting up money, I have control.
We can't do without them.
We're not going to.
Bye, Mum. I'll see you in a week or so.
Mrs. Walker.
Oh, Mr. McIntosh. It's a nice surprise.
I need to see Don. A matter of some urgency.
Oh, I'm sorry. You've just missed him. He's gone away somewhere with the Taylors.
Make sure he gets plenty of fresh water, mate.
See you, Don. See you later.
See ya.
Don,
Yeah.
give my love to Daisy.
Yeah, righto.
I'm glad you and Major have become friends.
Friends? Hardly. We're just keeping an eye on each other till all this is sorted out. Be back soon.
Where is it you're all going?
Well, it's better I don't tell you. That way you won't have to lie if McIntosh asks.
Right.
Well, everything's under control. I'm announcing a series of international match races featuring our 4 stars. Walker versus Taylor. Taylor versus McFarlane and Lawson. Don Walker versus the lot.
They've agreed to come back then.
Not yet, exactly.
You've spoken to them.
Not in the strict scientific meaning of the term. They've, gone somewhere.
It's you they're dodging, isn't it?
I'll find them. I'll get them back riding.
You're the one they won't talk to.
They got a bee in their bonnet.
Hugh, I'll talk to them.
No.
I'll talk to them. I'll get them back.
Look, we've had a few problems, but nothing I can't solve.
Facts.
I didn't get where I am today by facing facts. Trust me.
I don't trust you. Neither does anyone else. Neither will Taylor and Walker.
Look, have you got your business on the line? Well, I have. It's me that could go bankrupt here. Me that's got to solve the problem. Don't get in my way.
That was quick.
I told him. Well, you said this going away lark was to put pressure on McIntosh. I thought, what better way?
I think this man is learning a mite too fast.
Hey, John, can we get a photo? Two of you together.
What's Mr. McIntosh up to?
Well, last I heard, Mrs. Taylor, he was organising races between Major and Don and McFarlane and Lawson.
Well, he's got Buckley's chance. That's Australian, mate, for no chance at all.
Well, you can quote Mr. Walker and I as saying that he's got Buckley's chance. And maybe we should get a shot with the resort behind us. McIntosh will never recognize it. Come on, Don. Shape up for the cameras.
I've seen that building before.
Those two have got the press on side. Because of the way you handle this, they're bringing the sport into disrepute. Another week, no decent father's going to let his son near a bicycle, let alone a track. What's to smile at, Hugh?
They're ready to deal.
Shame Daisy can't be seeing this.
Well, mornings aren't her best time. Carrying a baby. Homesick.
I want kids. You give them everything.
Can make a man afraid.
How'd you get into this riding game?
I knew as a kid if I didn't find something, I was going to be a sharecropper. That's like being a mule. I couldn't dance good enough, and I can't sing all that well. I saw how prize fighters ended up. And the first time I was ever on a cycle, I just knew. The speed and the joy of it. It was the speed that got me. Being faster than anything else. And the ticket out. Most people are better off than we were. On the track, I'm better than most. And I know, if anyone's better than me, he's earned it. Not got it because who his father is. I want you to be best man at my wedding. Are you sure? Got in? Well, then you should be here any time now.
I just came to warn you. What's so funny?
I can explain. He's very slippery, this cove. I'm learning all the time.
I said you'd be friends.
Well, maybe since we're not trying to beat each other's ears off on the track for a bit. You could call it a truce.
A short truce.
He's going to be best man at the wedding.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm crazy for the love of you. It won't be a stylish marriage.
I can't afford a carriage.
But you'll look sweet upon the...
Well, strike me. I was just thinking of you. Just saying to myself, wouldn't mind a chat with Major and Don and their beautiful ladies.
Don't you tell stories, Hugh D. McIntosh. You came looking.
Cannot tell a lie. Yes. See, the thing that really breaks my heart as a sporting man is that here we have Lawson, McFarlane, and you, Major, all in the same country at the same time. We can't find out who's best.
And don't forget about Don.
Don? Oh, yes, Don. Don's missing out on a great opportunity for getting experience against the real top-liners.
Beg your pardon? The real top-liners. I'm not one of your real top-liners.
Forgive us, Major. Domestic dispute. We've all got a chip on our shoulders here.
What you seem to be saying, Hugh, is that I'm not as good as your imports.
Well,
what do you say, Major?
Well, Lawson's quick. That boy's very quick. McFarlane, he's forgotten more about tactics than most men ever knew.
So you think I'm a second-rater too, do you?
It's not a question of second-rater.
Don't patronize me.
Don hasn't had the opportunities you blokes have had.
And don't you either. I can beat you.
I don't think so.
I can beat you. And if I'm a second-rater, what's that make you?
Don, you're my buddy. But in no way, on no day can you beat me.
50 quid says that I can.
You know I can't bet.
Call it stakes. I'll cover both ends. And double it. Winner take all. Purse of £200 lying there, boys. Worth riding for?
Choose your track.
You won't sell any tickets for it, Mr. McIntosh. The course I choose is from here to Mount Victoria and back.
Here to Mount Victoria. Where's Mount Victoria? How far is that?
About 75 miles. Too hard for you, mate. I do 4 times that every weekend in the off-season coming back to see Kate.
Very clever. Mate.
I'm gonna whoop you.
Not this time, you arrogant bloody...
What? Nigger? Coon? What? Arrogant bloody what, Don?
I didn't say those words.
You didn't say them. But they're there, ain't they?
No. Ivor Lawson's the one I gotta beat. He's the one everyone's tipping for the next world champ. Not you.
You just get yourself ready.
You can beat him, son. My money's on the underdog.
You did this.
Did what?
You did this. How did you do that? You've got them acting like kids.
Kate, you're a very clever young lady. But if you're going to marry Don, you better start finding out what makes a sportsman tick.
Off this race and back on your woman. Kate's very upset. She's taken your bicycle down to the lookout.
What? She's got my bike?
Forget the bike and think about your wedding.
Kate! Now, don't do anything silly.
You are not going to have this race.
It's the only way to settle it. No one's going to get hurt.
It's not going to happen. All this name-calling and this hatred.
Please, we'll just go back up and talk.
It's too late for talk.
Kate!
Now have your race.
Talk about blood on the track. That was for the public. I thought you understood that.
We're not racing. Not for you.
Don.
Not for you.
All right, you win. Well, I gotta have you back. And that's the plain truth.
Rule book?
Rule book.
Stewards with their eyes open?
Wide open. So you both come back?
There's nothing to stay here for.
Nope.
Well, Mr. Promoter, you got your way. But what a price.
Service starts at 7. The pastor wants us there just a little early to show me where he wants me to speak from.
What are you going to say to the congregation?
Oh, personal testimony. Usual thing.
How God gave you your talent. How win or lose you raised to the glory of the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to stand up in the house where the word of God is preached and tell lies.
Are you saying I'm a liar?
I'm saying, last time I saw you prepare to ride, you weren't going to ride to no glory of the Lord. You were going to ride to whip Don Walker.
Well, I guess I'll just give my personal testimony then. I won't talk about riding.
You'd be better off confessing how you feel.
Now, Daisy, I ride to win. I never made no secret of that.
I know you ride to win, Major. The question is, who are you doing it for? And the answer right now is yourself.
We better go.
Beats me how you stay fit.
A man with no vices is always fit. You asked for this meeting?
The rough stuff has to stop.
Rough stuff? Haven't seen any. I've seen some good, aggressive professional riding. Don't you guys have that here? Is it a schoolgirl sport down under?
We could both get tossed out of the game. And I've got too much at stake.
Yes, you have. This is just a local boy, Ivor. He's got nothing on your experience. You're gonna whop him. But don't take risks, hear me? He's fast. Real fast. Bye, Don.
It's a bit cold in here.
I thought you were on strike.
We got what we were after. That's what a strike's for. Solidarity, Pat. Remember what that means? Anytime. Mate.
A tactical race between Australian champion Don Walker and speedy American Ivor Lawson. First, a series culminating in a grudge match between Walker and Major Taylor.
You're gonna have to work for your money today, nigger lover.
I always do.
With no one helping you, this race is mine.
And the best of British luck to you too, Mr. Lawson.
Get set.
He's got a real chance here, if he's smart.
I just got this note from the orphanage.
They said you've been getting out at night. They said that when they caught you coming home last night, you said that you'd been with me getting help with your studies. Where were you? Selling pies at the fights. Do you expect me to lie for you?
No, miss.
Well, I will this time. But it's got to stop.
If you were my mum, you'd let me.
No, I wouldn't. I'm not your mum.
No, you're not.
Kate! Mr. Dodds is here.
I was just going to the library. I was wondering if there was anything you wanted.
I'll come with you. There's a book I have to return.
I got him. I beat Ivor Lawson. Do you realise, Mum, they're tipping him for the next world champ? And I beat him today. Don Walker, the bloke Lawson thought was Mr. Nobody from Nowhere Town, and I won.
Sorry you're so unhappy about it.
And it was fair and square. There was no cheating, no ganging up. It was just him and me, man on man.
Speaking about losing.
Yeah, Taylor's next. If I can beat him on the road, I can beat him on the track.
Speaking about losing. Kate's been spending a lot of time down the library.
I know. I saw her going there with Johnny Dodds. Look, Mum, Kate and me have our arguments, but...
I'm only telling you what I'm seeing.
I know. Thanks.
I'm glad you were king of the track today. Hey, here's your crown.
Oh! Mum.
Getting your butt kicked by that no-account Aussie put your odds up so high, I got money riding on you today. You go out there and beat that buck nigger, I'll stomp all over you, hear me?
Walker got the jump on me. Taylor won't.
I sincerely hope not. He'll try and outsmart you.
He ain't smarter than I am.
Prove it. You go out there on that track and you prove it.
I shouldn't have let you persuade me. Kate, you owe him a second chance. Can't see him anywhere. His racing leader is probably in the dressing room changing.
And now, the one we've all been waiting for, Major Taylor and Ivor Lawson in a 5-mile event. Beating Major Taylor today could prove Lawson's worthiness to be next world champion.
Good luck, gentlemen.
Get set!
Now, you mongrel.
Sorry, I'm in a hurry.
You said any time, and I say now.
What's on your mind?
I spent all winter getting you ready, and trying to help because that's what mates do. And now you don't want to know me. You beat Lawson, you don't even thank me.
Didn't see you there, so I'm thanking you now.
Well, it's too bloody late.
When you're sober.
I can see him. Where? He's playing with his mates.
Coming through, white boy.
He started it.
You could have backed off.
Back off? How can a man back off?
Perhaps that's something that you have to learn, Don. How to back off and still be a man. I'm not going to make the same mistake that my mother did.
He's alive.
Oh, thank God.
Is he okay? I appreciate your intentions, Ivor, but your execution was just a mite obvious.
He said when. I won.
You bet on that?
Hiya, honey.
Don't you hire me.
You all right, Major?
Yeah, sure.
Major, great news. The judge has made it a no race. And the even better news is we can rerun it today. 1 hour's time, we get a rerun. How's that make you feel? Good, I bet.
Get the hell out of here, McIntosh. Now get out and take your big fat cigar and you rerun it an hour with you. This man's been hurt, and he's not getting on that cycle again today for any reason. Do you understand?
Yeah, well, I appreciate your
Go
concern.
on, get out. Get out.
I just heard the announcement.
Yeah. Looks like Taylor won't be fit to ride for quite some time.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. I'm just here to collect Ivor's prize money. What? We didn't make the rules, Mr. McIntosh. Ivor was all set for a rematch. Major Taylor didn't show. He ran the race alone. He wins. I collect.
Oh, he can ride around that track till he wears a 6-foot trench in the bloody thing and disappears. You're not getting a penny out of me.
We had an agreement.
We had an agreement the rough stuff was going to stop.
The money.
When they're wearing snowshoes in hell, mate. Not before.
I'll be writing a series against McFarland, and I can't do it without all this sorted out.
All what sorted out?
All this gluing and fighting and breaking up.
Oh?
It's bad for my training.
it's bad for your training.
Well, it is. You're always having a go at a bloke. There's no peace. Nothing I do is right. You won't marry me. You won't let go of me. Fair dinkum, Kate. I don't know what to do with you.
Do you want me to let you go? Do you?
No.
You don't want me to let you go?
I don't want you to let me go or not let me go, all right? I just want you to marry me. I love you. I really do. Forget it then.
Don. Don, you come back here now. Or I'll never marry you. Never, never, never. Did you hear me? I'm not going to ask again. Are you dead?
No.
Well, I can't marry a man who ignores me.
And I can't marry a woman who shouts at me like a dog.
So we can't marry then.
Seems not.
I'd be giving up a very good man for you.
Jonathan, well, you better grab him while he's still around.
So that's it then. No more fighting.
Only with you.
Right.
G'day, Daisy.
Hey, Dad.
Kate and me, we are getting married.
For sure this time?
For sure.
That's great. Go on in.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh. An about to be married man.
Congratulations.
When we were at the mountains together, I asked if you'd be best man at the wedding. Well, the offer's still there, if you want to do it. If you don't, I'd understand. But I did ask you.
Major?
Well, I'd be honored.
Oh. All right, I think.
Thanks, Don.
I'd be honored. That's the most important thing a man can ask another man to do. And you'd be honored? Like you might say to an invitation to speak?
Can't you see the man wanted to get out of it? He felt he was committed because he asked me that time. Now he wants one of his mates to do it.
I don't think he's got any mates anymore. You might ask yourself why. She's such a sweet girl. And she's gonna marry a man just like you. And he's gonna break her heart.
What are you talking about?
I saw what happened on the track, Major. That last race. You were saying things to Lawson. Made him so mad he did this to you.
Well, so this is my fault?
You said something to him.
I said he wasn't smart enough to whip me. Now, woman, you say things like that when you're on the track.
I never saw you do it before. You're so cold to Don Walker. You don't turn the other cheek to trash like Lawson anymore. You used to be a Christian man. The quickest thing on a cycle. One day soon you'll wake up. You'll just be quick.
One for us. So, if you're fit to be a best man, you're fit to ride?
He's out of bed this one day, and he's going straight back.
Still on this cane, Hugh.
Smile, everyone.
Congratulations, Don.
Thanks, Major.
Okay.
Thank you. Excuse me, I can't leave them alone.
But you don't have to stand up to ride a bike. You're sitting down all the time.
Mr. McIntosh.
Joking, Mrs. Taylor. Joking. Still got McFarlane, I suppose.
And your precious Mr. Lawson.
Well, whether he's going to ride again this season, Mrs. Taylor, depends very much on the committee. He goes up before them tomorrow for what he did to Major, and as you say in your country, they're loaded for bear.
And you want us to feel sorry for Lawson?
I want you to feel sorry for me, the poor promoter.
One day soon, our own house. I promise. Morning, Mrs. Walker.
Mr. Walker.
I love you.
I love you. You've got to get up. The inquiry into Ivor Lawson.
Plenty of time.
I've got to go to school and collect my things. Plenty of time.
What if the committee puts me out of the game, Floyd?
They won't.
But they'll think I'm...
Not nothing, Ivor. It's a white man's word against a coon's. Who they gonna believe? Besides, even if they do find you guilty, what are they gonna do? With Taylor on the sidelines, Hugh needs the two of us. He's not gonna let his prime investment get suspended.
Ready for you now, Mr. Taylor.
Nice day, Mr. Walker.
I'd like you to be very careful about your answer here, Mr. Taylor. Lawson is a young and talented cyclist, and his career could depend on this. Was it deliberate?
Young. Talented. That don't change what happened. Now, if Ivor Lawson had done to a less experienced rider what he did to me on that track, we could have had a death. Well, Mr. Lawson did what he did. He was losing, and he rode into me. Yes, it was deliberate.
Well, goodbye, Mrs. Walker.
I was always Kate to you before.
You're a married woman now.
Jonathan, I'm sorry. I never really gave you an answer. It was cowardly of me.
No. I understand.
There's a girl for you somewhere. You're too good a man. Will you keep an eye on Danny for me? I don't want to see him hurt.
Danny will survive. It's tough.
Goodbye.
Well, don't get me wrong. I respect Taylor. He's one of the best writers I ever beat. But if you let him get away with this one, why, the door's wide open for lesser men. You'll ruin the sport.
What made you Taylor get away with what?
Why, deliberately riding into young Ivor Lawson. Isn't that what this whole inquiry's about? Lawson could have gotten killed. Do you understand that? The speed you travel around those tracks. He could have gotten killed.
It was Taylor who fell.
You get old, your reflexes go. Sure, he fell. His own damn fault.
That's not the way a lot of other people saw it.
Well, let's just say I've had more experience of dirty riding American style than most folks. Know it when I see it.
Very good at it. Oh my God.
Isabel! Bye! Bye, Charles.
Where's Danny? I can't see him.
I'm afraid he's no longer your concern.
He was upset when I told him I was leaving. And he rang the bell and he's not here.
Kate, he is no longer your responsibility.
McFarland had money on Lawson. Big money. £200.
Where did you hear that?
Sid Melville, Taylor's trainer. Sid Melville's straight as a die.
I accept that, Don, but...
But what? Lawson fouled Taylor. He should go out.
If we out him, Don, he's out all over the world. He's got a chance to be world champion in London later this year. It's a very serious matter.
So's nearly killing people.
I hope you did the right thing in there, Don.
My bloody oath I did. G'day, Mum.
Son.
Smells good.
Oh, hungry.
Where's Kate?
She went up to school about young Danny.
What about him?
Said she had this feeling about him. Women's intuition.
Don? Danny's missing. He was upset I had to leave teaching. He ran away. He's not at the school, he's not at the orphanage.
You'll be okay.
Don't you say it. That he's not my responsibility.
Well, is he?
I feel he is.
We'll go and find him.
Don, I did make the right decision. Jonathan was horrible about it.
Crikey. If you hadn't made the right decision, now was going to be a bit late, wasn't it? You stay here with Mum. I'll get on my bike and go around the roads.
I'll come.
I'll be quicker on my training run.
find him?
Not yet.
I sent your mother to bed.
It's more than I've ever been able to do.
Where are we going?
Down here. Look.
Oh,
Do you want to hit him first, or will I?
Danny. Miss? Danny, what are you doing here? I ran away.
What'd you run away for, mate?
Yeah, we've been frantic. I thought you didn't like me. I didn't think anyone cared.
Come on inside. Come on. Woman can't get a wink of sleep, all this carrying on. Toast and dripping, that's probably the thing. Wipe that smile off your face, you're a pest. Now, can I trust you with this?
Yes.
Feed stray kittens, live with tomcats.
Danny's a boy.
And you fed him.
He's a good student.
He came to your back door and you fed him.
Don, we've got to do something. We can't just throw him back.
No. No, we can't.
Hopeless. Young people, you haven't got the sense you were born with. You're young enough to be his brother and sister, not his mother and father. Babies. Not hulking great lads. Oh, I'll talk to the orphanage first thing in the morning. Maybe they'll be glad to get him off their hands. I don't want the boy sleeping with the cockatoo. That bird's had a hard enough life as it is. No, he can sleep on the back veranda till you two get a place of your own. Then he can move into your old room. Hey, you burn that toast and I'll be having second thoughts.
We will have a place of our own. My good years are coming. We will get there.
I know we will.
I wish I could have been rich for you.
If you'd been rich, I never would have met you.
You know what I mean. When the priest said those words, for richer, for poorer, I got scared.
Can't imagine you scared.
I got scared. Might make me that little bit faster, eh?
Macintosh?
Here he is, Mr. McIntosh.
Any comment?
Are you here to see Ivor Lawson?
Give me a break, will you, fellas? I've got to talk to Mr. Lawson.
Here he is.
Mr. Lawson, can you maintain your fitness during the 12-month layoff?
Excuse me.
What do you guys know? What are you saying?
Really?
I gave evidence
have
yesterday.
a private word with Mr. Lawson.
Yes. Suspended?
Let's just talk in here.
Mr. McCullen, do you have any comments?
Gentlemen, in the bar in half an hour we'll have a statement.
They sat till 1 o'clock this morning.
What am I going to do, Floyd? What in the hell am I going to do?
Going to appeal.
Appeal and win.
It takes me out of Europe this year. Out of the Crystal Palace. Year's layoff. I had the World Championship. Here. Right here. In your goddamn bed. I should never listen.
I don't want to hear about any betting, Ivor. Till the appeal's heard, I'm down to you and Walker. You're not the only one in trouble.
cover expenses. Am I right? You promised them blood, you. All you're giving them is bike racing.
Been thinking.
Not another scheme.
Schemes bought all of this.
What have you been thinking?
I was thinking we should do something for the Taylors. Have them to stay, perhaps.
Why?
Well, he's laid up in a hotel. She's expecting a baby. Here they'd at least have a garden to stroll in. He's perfectly well behaved, you know. He's not the king of the Cannibal Isles.
I know he's not the king of the Cannibal Isles, Hugh. But I sometimes wonder whether you're not.
No, my wife and I insist. There's the garden, the park opposite, magnificent walks, a cycle track if you want to do some light training.
Training?
No, too early for that, I imagine.
Much too early.
What do you say, honey?
I see Mrs. McIntosh is a very gracious lady and a living saint who deserves a crown in heaven. I don't want to offend her by rejecting her offer.
Wonderful. I'll go down while you pack, arrange everything at the desk.
I got a bad feeling.
Here we are, my dear. Mrs. Taylor. Just a place to recuperate.
Daisy, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you. Mr. Taylor.
How are you?
Hugh, you're not going out again.
Just a few little things at the office.
You're not giving evidence, Mr. McIntosh?
Oh, some small-minded people felt I had a conflict of interest, Ivor. I had to bow out. How's it going, mate?
They've heard the witnesses. They asked me to tell them when you arrived. Mr. Campbell.
Mr. Lawson's here. Good. We'll be giving this to the press shortly, but we thought you should know first. We have some reasonably good news for you.
Define reasonably good.
We've shortened the period of disqualification to 3 months. You'll be able to ride in the World Championships at the Crystal Palace later this year.
That is good news.
Yeah, good news for him. What about me? He can ride in London in 3 months. What about my gates tomorrow?
I'm sorry, Hugh. I really am.
Yeah, well, I don't want you to be sorry. I want you to help me. I've got a lot of irons in the fire. I could go bust, bankrupt.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Major.
You should get us on a boat home.
Boat? Home?
I don't see this leg mending before the end of the season.
Well, I thought you'd be staying on till the baby was born.
I hadn't thought of that.
I mean, if it came on early, so much could happen at sea.
I'll talk to Daisy.
Oh. Bad time to be selling real estate.
How's that?
Oh, it's not me I'm worried about. God knows I've lived in tents. Times I couldn't afford even a tent. No, it's my wife. Just don't know how to tell her.
Tell her what?
Family have always said she married beneath herself, and I was no good. She'd end in a gutter.
You, what are you talking about?
Oh, it's not your problem, Major. I shouldn't have...
You? Come on.
I'm going to lose all this. The Walker-McFarlane series isn't working with the public. It's cost me a fortune to bring the three of you out here. Now, with only one of you on the track, it's killing me financially. I'm sorry, Major. I mustn't burden you with this.
That was a good ride you just put in there. I said, that was a good ride you just put in there.
Thanks.
You're world class, you know that?
Yeah, I know that.
You could do very well in the States. A little coaching.
What? On dirty riding? How to get disqualified?
Ivor was wrong to do what he did. What more can I say?
You could have said it to the stewards.
He's my buddy. Right or wrong. Have you ever thought of coming to the States? Europe? A talent like you've got, that's a very rare and valuable commodity.
What are you after?
After for you to come to dinner with me? You and your good lady?
Don, he's a thug. Daisy says so. Major says so.
It's just dinner.
He's been behind everything bad that's happened this season.
I know that. But he knows about America, Europe, the prize money there, the circuits.
He never wanted to ride abroad.
Maybe I was wrong. You could get to see all the museums and art galleries you're always talking about. You're an orchestra. A good one. It could mean a house of our own.
You guys would just love New York. Paris. Don says you like paintings. Paintings in Paris knock your eyes out. It feels like the people in them could speak. And the windows in that Notre Dame cathedral, well, you must have read about it, being a teacher and all.
Yes, I have. Do you read?
I just love French novels. And the racing there, Don. Track races, road races. Hugh McIntosh tells me you whipped Major Taylor in a 5-mile last season. Let me tell you something. That'd make you a king to those people in France.
They know about Major in France.
Oh, he's a big attraction there. And the guy who beat him.
I'm surprised to hear you talk about Major like this.
I'm sorry, how do you mean that?
Well, I just had the impression that you didn't like him because he was a Negro.
Let me tell you something, Mrs. Walker. I wouldn't want Major Taylor marrying my sister, and nor would any other man in this room. But mixing bloodlines apart, that boy's been national U.S. champion 3 times. He's beaten the best in Europe. I admire him. You folks keep a secret? 2 years ago, I offered to manage him. I wanted to be his manager. As close a relationship as marriage, you might say. I went down on my bended knee and asked that boy to be mine. And he refused me. He, Major Taylor, thought that I was not good enough for him. Maybe my skin was not the right color. Who's the bigot? Who has the race prejudice? Not me. Now, Don, you're not going to refuse me too, are you?
What?
Well, that's what tonight's about. I want to manage you. Take the two of you with me to America, Europe, New York, Paris. You could have what Taylor has. But you need help. My help.
It's a big decision.
Think on it.
I'd like to see you in Paris.
Mr. McFarland is a very smooth talker.
He had you listening.
And you? Could it really? Could it really set us up for life? A few years touring?
Maybe.
I'd like to see you, a king in France.
I'm not so sure about that. The last one, they chopped his head off.
ladies.
You flim-flam man, Hugh. Promoter. You could out-talk a Philadelphia lawyer.
Well, I like you too, Major.
I like you. I'm not saying I don't like you. I shouldn't like you. But I do. Now, that lady of yours, she's a whole other thing. I never expected that my wife and I would be invited into a house like this. Least of all in the country got race laws like y'all folks got. That wife of yours, she's colorblind. She sees past the skin. I don't want her to lose this place. So if there's anything I can do.
You mean that, or is it just words?
When I say a thing, I mean it.
One race. One single international race. Just one meeting. It could save me.
In a month. The leg's not ready. I can do permanent damage.
I don't have a week. One race, Major. Just one.
You what?
fine lady is going to lose her house.
This lady's going to lose her husband. Major, I'm your wife. This baby inside me is your family. And you're going to do this for a stranger? Someone who's lied to you and lied to you?
It's just one race.
Just one race put you on that walking cane. Who says this one race isn't going to put you in a pinewood box?
It's just one race against Don Walker and Floyd McFarland.
Floyd McFarland? Just the biggest, dirtiest, roughest rider on the circuit. That's good.
We got friends. And they're in trouble.
We've got a baby on the way.
The fact that Hugh D. McIntosh is crooked as a pretzel don't mean he ain't in trouble. Now, I gotta help him.
The ground. Looks like we're getting 20,000 people there today.
Hugh, that's wonderful. Hugh says it's a crowd of 20,000.
That's great.
Guess you won't be losing your house now.
Must be getting along now.
What did you say? All this money coming in. Guess you won't be losing this lovely house.
Really must be leaving.
Who said we'd lose the house? This is why you're riding? He'd never put this house at risk. Ever. This is my house, my garden. Never. Hugh, tell them the truth.
That's not the thing I do best.
Then it is true. You bet our house?
It wasn't a bet. It wasn't a risk. I had the riders that'd get the crowds in on. Yes, I did.
Is he telling the truth now?
Yes.
I don't want you risking your safety for this. I don't want you racing for my sake.
My dear.
No, Hugh.
Well, it's been advertised, hasn't it? Well, if I don't race, there'll be those out there who will say, the nigger didn't have it when it counted. Tell me I'm wrong. And it won't be just me they'll be talking about. It'll be all our people who didn't have it when it counted. I want our child to grow up in a world where he can breathe, be free, be just like anybody else. We can't start to build a world like that by backing down. Come on, UD. Get me out of here before I change my mind. Let's go.
Don't do this, Major. Do you want to finish up with a crook leg like mine?
I'll be okay, Sid.
Okay, boys. We see how it is. Taylor wants to take one last big prize out of your pockets. Are you going to let him do that?
No.
Now, if you think he's going to spread the money around among the guys who help him the way I do, then I guess that's that. But do you believe it?
Never has before, mate.
Never has before. Absolutely correct. Flying coon does not spread the wealth.
What's going on? Discussing tactics. Team tactics.
Taylor's riding hurt.
Nobody's after his scalp today, Don.
And no one's going to let him through either.
With Taylor, it's winner take all. Let him earn it.
Major Taylor's like us. He's a battler. Started poor. So how about we give him a fair go today? Mate?
Hey.
They're, going to team against you.
Surprise, surprise.
Let me help. If today's the last time you and me meet on a track, I want an honest race where everyone's got a chance.
You're a good man, Don. But you know I can't team. I'm sorry.
Major. Please.
Don. Don't ask me to do something that I think is wrong.
You arrogant bastard. You won't bend, will you? I'm trying to save your ass out there and you throw it back in my face. Well, stuff you.
Don? You never gave me your answer. Don't say a thing. You just get on your bike and ride. You're gonna come to Europe with me. There's a guy who beat Major Taylor. You're gonna be king.
Attendance is 23,000. Get set!
next year in Paris. Mate.
Let Steven Spielberg loose in the Disney studio and you're sure to have an entertainment treat. That's just what happened in the Oscar-winning smash hit movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Enjoy this wonderful movie, including footage never before seen, as Bob Hoskins stars in the extended version of Roger Rabbit, 8:30 Wednesday on 7. Coming up, relax with Tonight Live.
I'm Stan Grant. On the next edition of Real Life, the Canberra parents who've charged the government with neglect over the care of their mentally disabled child. Real Life at 6:30.